Hi, you guys. It's Bethany with Psychic Renegade Tarot. I'm wearing my girl Chanique Tarot's merch. I've been following her for years. She's a great tarot reader. I love her. Anyways, go check her out if you're interested. But I want to do a true crime reading tonight. I'm doing it live because I'm too lazy to edit. Anyway, I want to do a true crime reading on Marilyn Monroe's death. There's it's been documented that she overdosed and it was intentional, apparently. So a schmooish, you know what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of conspiracy theories about Marilyn Monroe's death that possibly someone else was involved. The main thing is I think the investigators said that there was no water glasses in her bedroom when they found her. And the amount of pills she would have had to take to overdose, she would have needed like water to ingest them. So there are some people that believe she was injected with a chemical instead, um, obviously against her will. So some people speculate that because she was having a love affair with Bobby Kennedy, um, that possibly the CIA might have taken her out to, I think, just to deter Bobby from running or possibly going after, I think, the mafia. So I don't know, there's a lot of like interesting theories and ideas about it, and she was such a beloved icon. I just want to look into it. So I wanted to do this reading for a while, so let's do it. Okay. If you guys need a personal reading, you want your own tarot reading, you can get a hold of me through my email, psychicrenegadetarot@gmail.com. I have lots of reading options and prices, so go check that out if you guys need some advice on something. But anyways, I have lots of happy clients. Let's just look at this. First, I want to look at, did she overdose? Like, did she do this intentionally? And we'll just start pulling facts from there, and then we'll see if there's any connections tied to the CIA or the mafia, possibly. Or I don't think any of her ex-husbands would have. I think she was married 3 times. I know her first husband loved her very much. They just didn't work out. The other two I can't remember, but I don't think there was bad blood. No, she was friends with her second husband. And I don't remember why that third marriage didn't work, but I don't think there was any resentment in those relationships that would have led to this. So if someone did take her life, so I think it might have been her extracurricular affairs with politicians that might have gotten her into some hot water. What's up, Pootree? Hi. Show my abs. Are you gonna pay me? This is not that kind of live stream, bro. You need to go to OF for that. I mean, I got abs. I'm a yogi, but that's none of your business. Beba abs, hey. Hey, Pootree. Why does it burn when you pee? That's probably you're not cleaning yourself or you be dipping in some dirty people. So that's a personal problem. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, let's look at Marilyn, okay? Are they going on my birthday? Wait, what did you ask me? Show my biceps. What is up with you? Ayush. Oh my god. I'm not that ripped. I'm a lazy yogi, you guys. But anyway, I subscribe to you. Thank you, baby. Beba abs. Are they still available for the weekend? I'll get to personal questions at the end, okay? So if you guys stick around for the end, I'll maybe pull some free questions for you guys. But we're looking at Marilyn Monroe, okay? Hey, Taylor. Girl, you're so chopped. I don't know what that means. I'm old, you guys. I hung out with my grandparents most of my life, so my slang is like 1950s old people slang. Anyway, so did Marilyn Monroe overdose? I think the chemical that they said she died of was basically like a kind of like a tranquilizer, basically like shuts your, I think it shuts your breathing down. So she basically just like put herself to sleep. But I don't know if that's true. So anyway, all right. How are the kids in the afternoon? I don't know what you're talking about, Peachy. How are the kids in the afternoon? So you'll be there at 7. You can always go and get some sleep. What are you talking about? I don't know if you asked the previous question, but if I get to the end and we're gonna do questions, I'll scroll up and see what you said. All right, you guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you want more tarot readings, true crime readings, celebrity readings, and random pick cards. Sometimes I tell paranormal stories, and I really want to get back into that because there's some that I haven't told that are pretty good. But anyways, my favorite is to do true crime investigations through tarot, so let's get into it. Did she overdose? The tower, y'all. The tower. Sudden change that you're not expecting. She wasn't expecting this, which means I don't think she did it to herself. Like, taking your own life obviously would be a tragedy and huge change, but it wouldn't be a surprise, right? Like, you have to plan it to some extent, even if it's just in the moment. It wouldn't really be a surprise. I was there that night. Are you CIA, Hunter? 6 of Cups, you guys. It's literally someone giving somebody something. And cups are often substances in the tarot. She was drugged. She was drugged. I love a good conspiracy. I mean, I don't like murders and people dying, but it's already happened. The tragedy's already happened. So in my eyes, I'm just digging into it, trying to get answers, you know? It's not like I'm excited she died. I'm just excited to, not excited, but I like looking into things to help get justice for people. So anyways, oh, this card wanted to fly out. Knight of Wands. Somebody took action. Most likely it was a male, a fire sign. I don't think Bobby had any knowledge of this. I think that if this was the mafia or CIA, they were doing it to hurt Bobby, so I don't think he had her killed. 4 of Wands, a family. Don't come for me, you guys. The mafia did this? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. I'm just a tarot reader on YouTube, okay? Shut up. The judgment fell out with the 2 of Cups. It's because of Bobby. They killed her to get to him. They killed her, I think, to discourage him from running for president or from trying to go after the mafia or something. Like, I don't know. I'm not that familiar with his career, so I don't know if he targeted them at all or something. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, if you're now or if you watch this back later, if you know anything about that. But this is getting like someone called judgment on a love relationship. Somebody didn't like her love relationship she was in, and I believe she was seeing Bobby Kennedy at the time of her death. So, what the? Anyways, I'm all shocked when the answers come out. Sometimes the tarot even surprises me, you guys. I can have intuition about it, of course, but I don't know, just still being confirmed still shocks me sometimes. Okay, what was the reason? Page of Wands. She's a sexual figure. They didn't like the kind of like, oh, they didn't like the amount of like influence Marilyn had because she was an actress, like a sex symbol and icon. She actually held a lot of power in that position, and wasn't manipulative, but the way that she could sway people or influence people, like this was in the 50s. People are still racist, but people were very racist back then. And she had a lot of black friends in the industry. I think Ella Fitzgerald was one of her like good friends, and she experienced discrimination because she was black. This is a side note, you guys. And I know Marilyn helped with her career, and there was like she got gigs for her She made a fuss if like managers didn't respect Ella and made her go in like the back door. So Monroe was like an advocate for people, and she did like speak her mind against societal norms back then. So she wasn't afraid to stand up to people. The Page of Wands here, she was a figure that they weren't sure if they could control. And I don't know if it was much about that. It would be more, I think, they were just trying to get to Bobby to hurt him or discourage him from his career. The Empress, she wasn't pregnant. No, she had a condition where she couldn't carry children. This is just her energy. It also could have been, I don't, some people think Jackie might have had a part in it because out of jealousy, because there's rumors she also slept with JFK, the older brother, allegedly. I don't know if any of that's true. But this is either a female might have called the shot on this, someone in the mafia, someone related to the Kennedys, or this is just showing like the intimidation of these people towards Marilyn because she was an empress. Make that more clear. Give me some clarifiers. Make that more clear, Spirit. What is the motive? Control. Four of Pentacles. Somebody wanted control. They couldn't control her, so they took her out. Okay. I forget the name of the mob boss. I don't know if it's the mafia or the mob. Sorry, I get those mixed up. Isn't the mafia Italian and the mob is something else? I don't know. Anyway, there was one head guy that had it out for Bobby that apparently called the hit, according to theories. I know Frank Sinatra was like a good friend of Marilyn's, and he was like convinced that she was murdered. So there were people close to this story that believe some foul play happened. It's not just a theory. And people close to you usually know stuff, you know? Ace of Cups. Weird. Ace of Cups. Oh, okay. So somebody behind this, part of their motive was like traditional values. They didn't think she was traditional enough. They didn't like her sexual image. She had a lot of sexual partners with the Seven of Cups here. She even had lesbian partners, I guess, some actresses like Judy Garland and a couple others. So, and I guess it was because she had like a condition called, I think, endometriosis. So like sex was painful. So she started turning to be a lesbian. I don't know. This is all just stuff I've heard. But Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups. People didn't like that she could wield this power, and maybe they also didn't want this image associated with a president or associated with Bobby. Knight of Pentacles. This came out reversed. So they were trying to slow her down, silence her, shut her up. She might have known something. Or they were trying to stop Bobby and it wasn't working. He was very passionate and determined, so they needed something else to derail him, derail his campaign. But didn't he get elected anyway, or did he die right before he got elected? I can't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember if he died during the campaign or. Anyways, I should know. I should know that. Was she injected? People think that she might have been injected with, because they say that she overdosed on pills, right? But I guess there was like no pills in her system or something. I don't know if an autopsy was done, but like the story didn't quite add up. Five of Pentacles. This might have been someone she like disrespected, snubbed. Maybe one of them like offered her something, reached out to her, rubbed shoulders with her at some kind of event or something. She might have pissed someone off or rejected them. This could have been someone she rejected. Interesting. maybe this person tried to get close to her and she sensed something was off, and then so this person had to like sneak in her house and actually kill her because they couldn't like pretend to be a confidant or a friend and get close to her that way. Marilyn was smart, so Page of Cups. See, they were trying to like be friendly towards her or to send someone in to maybe like have like an inside job, like a friend or a queen or someone. Like they tried to send someone in and it didn't work. She outsmarted them. So I think in the end, I don't know. I don't know if someone just snuck in her window or did she let this person in her house? Did she let this person in her house? She died in her room, I think, in her bedroom. Did she let this person in her house? The Hierophant. They might have disguised himself as like a religious leader or a doctor, perhaps, because I don't know if she was being seen or treated by anyone at the time. But a Hierophant is like someone of respect that you look up to and some kind of authority figure, usually religious, but doesn't have to be. So could have been like a priest or a doctor. Hmm. Show me what happened. Show me what happened. Ace of Pentacles. Again, she rejected some kind of offer. The Magician reversed. They weren't able to control her. She was too smart for them. And I think she was emboldening Bobby to go against him even more because she's an inspiring, she's a muse, you know, she has that kind of energy. They didn't like this with the Five of Wands. This was against their beliefs, their traditions, their ideas for what they wanted America to be. So maybe these people have claws in the CIA and claws in the government, and the Kennedys were trying to expose this, and they just targeted Marilyn for fun to kind of. It was just it was personal, basically. It's like, you know, like when gangs rival and then they kill one of them's girlfriends or wives. It's just a personal hit to piss off the other person in power, which in this case was the Kennedys. Um, Page of Pentacles. Somebody gave her something. This is an offering. Show me more. Ten of Wands. The Moon reversed. King of Wands. Definitely a male did it. It was a male that injected her or gave her the substance. Ten of Wands suggested that she fought. Maybe she woke up in the middle of this, or they were afraid that she was too strong and feisty and might. So with the moon reversed, they had to sneak in the middle of the night or when she was asleep. This was premeditated with the Three of Pentacles. Marilyn was murdered, allegedly, in my opinion. It looks, I don't know if it's the mob or the mafia. I don't even know. Sorry, you guys, but one of those. I think it's the mafia. Maybe the mob. Now I'm confusing myself. Six of Swords. Yeah, they didn't want her to lead people of affluence in the right direction, lead politicians in the right direction. She had controversial progressive views, like I was saying, like she spoke out against racism and certain things that people were afraid to talk about and to stand up for. She was open sexually. She was like a sex icon, so she was very comfortable in her own skin. She didn't bow down or submit to men. I mean, she got married 3 times, but she was her own person, you know. She chose her career over her first husband when he was away in the military. So she was a strong woman. She was independent. She wanted to chase her own dreams. She spoke her mind. She had her own ideas. She wasn't going to be controlled. The Fool reverse. The Fool reverse. They didn't want her to move forward or take a chance. It's like she has such an like she had so much energy and zest for life. It's like the only way they could stop her was to take her out. She wasn't the kind of person that would have caved to manipulation or coercion or extortion or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna reshuffle these in. Shuffle these in. Let me know what true crimes you guys want me to cover. I want to dig up Brian Laundrie case again because there's people that think he might be alive. Oh, he could have faked his death. Who else? I want to look at the missing Indigenous women. There's a lot of cases, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna have to research that one. And I don't know. I have the list. Okay. What else do we need to ask about it? Are they gonna solve this murder? Are they gonna solve it? Sometimes I like to see what kind of resolution. Well, if it was an inside job, was the CIA infiltrated? Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Are they gonna solve it? 10 of Wands reversed. 2 of Swords. Someone might be like burying the evidence, is what I'm getting. The Chariot. There is motive to find the truth out. But maybe someone's morally conflicted if they should let sleeping dogs lie and like leave it in the past. If it would do more harm to try to dig it up for some reason, maybe because of like the web that it's connected to politicians like Kennedy's, the CIA, and the mafia. It would expose those connections or something. The sun came out reversed. What else was I gonna ask you guys? So, are they gonna solve it? And I was gonna ask, is the CIA involved with the mob, or the mafia? The Magician, the Sun reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, Judgment. This is like very heavy control. They wanted to make an example of her, is what I'm hearing, with the Knight of Wands reversed and the Judgment, and the Sun reversed and the Magician. Someone couldn't control Marilyn, so they took control. And they couldn't silence her, so they decided the best way to fix the issue was to end her. It was like sending a message, and it was also setting an example. Like if you're this strong of an independent woman, like if you embody this kind of energy, you're a danger kind of thing. Interesting. So I feel like someone in this mob family had like a personal offense by her like progressive attitude and the way she conducted herself. I mean, back in the 50s, women were still pretty traditional mostly, so she was kind of ahead of her time. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know about the case? What else do we need to know? Was it more than one person? 8 of Swords, Page of Swords reverse. People are really afraid of the information getting out because I feel like the ties go pretty deep. I was going to ask 10 of Pentacles, Strength reversed. Someone, this was a hitman. Someone got paid to do this. She was encouraging Bobby's spirit to take them on. They couldn't have that. I think they knew that she was like a symbol of strength to him, encouraging him in his good fight for justice and stuff for the country. So they paid someone, or just, someone in their family in the mafia took her out. Oh yeah, do they have a connection to the CIA? That's what I was going to ask. 10 of Pentacles, Strength reversed. Let me see. 9 of Wands reversed. And Page of Pentacles reversed. Clarify that. 5 of Swords reversed. Empress reversed. It's like They're trying to make something easier with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the offer wasn't working, or they knew there was a difference of values that they couldn't reconcile. They didn't want to fight Marilyn because they feared her power and her influence and her ties. Oh yeah, there was people that were afraid she was a spy, which is silly, but you know, men can't handle strong women, I guess. So maybe they even planted those stories about her to kind of like raise suspicion, just to put a stain on her name so people would be like, oh, maybe she was into some nefarious stuff behind the scenes. They kind of like absolve themselves of guilt, or just people's, to kind of curb people's curiosity of like investigating it, alluding to like she had problems, or she might have been like a shifty character, or she might have had weird affiliations. They've tried to change the narrative, is what I'm hearing. Some of these people might have ties to like the media, so they could like change details or plant stories or something. They couldn't handle her star power, her image, her abundance, her fierceness, her, she embodied a divine feminine energy, right? You know, she fully like loved herself, stood up for herself, chased her dreams, stood up for other people. She was a very empowering woman. They couldn't handle that. Is this going to get exposed? Is this going to get exposed? Ten of Wands, Two of Swords, Chariot. Possibly. Possibly. There's a lot to it. Maybe the people looking into it, or that have looked into it, are considering kind of the implications of uncovering this secret. You know what I mean? Like it might dredge up more issues than it should. I think likely the one person that would dig into this is RFK Jr. Because he didn't Trump give him access to like the CIA documents, so he might be the one to look into this. The Hermit, the Hanged Man. Someone's gonna have to go really deep to look into this. The Hanged Man reverse. Someone's going on a solo mission. The Hanged Man. Someone already knows what happened and they're just trying to prove it. If this is RFK looking into this, he already knows the truth. Maybe he's seen something when he was a kid, because this was his dad, right? That was with Marilyn when she died. Maybe he saw something. I don't know if he met Marilyn, maybe. So he's motivated to find an answer because it's tied to his father, and probably tied to his father's assassination, and maybe his uncles too. RFK and what am I trying to say? No, JFK and Bobby, his dad and uncle. They were both assassinated. So are we going to figure out the truth on this? Are we going to figure out the truth on this? Three of Swords. Three of Swords is a heartbreak, and the single sword laying under the grave, if you split it, could be the Ace of Swords, which is the truth. So something has been hidden for a while, is how I'm reading this. It will get exposed. There's no statute of limitations on murder. I love to say that because there shouldn't be. I mean, if you killed someone, you should pay the price, in my opinion. So let me see. I'm gonna look for a timeline. Tower reversed. Interesting. So there might be something astrological. There might be like a significant astrology transit or something that she was killed in. I noticed she was born in 1926 and then they murdered her in 1962. So the dates mirror each other. 26, 62, right? So there might be some kind of mirroring of when they solved this. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like a numerology. I don't know if there's like a numeric symbolism in like the date they're going to figure this out, or the year, or if there's some kind of astrological transit that lines up to like exposure or something that would feed this kind of energy to getting exposed. Might have something to do with her chart. I don't have that on hand, but I know she's a Gemini. I think she was like a triple Gemini. I could be wrong, but I think she was a Gemini rising, Gemini sun, and I can't remember her moon sign. Yeah, Six of Swords reversed. They just couldn't handle her like making positive changes in the country and in politics. Oh, they were afraid that her and Bobby together would expose this connection, maybe the government's ties to gang affiliations. That's kind of all I'm getting right now, you guys. I can't think of anything else to take out of it. It's coming across super clear that this was an order, a hit, like she was taken out by one of them. Yeah, and it was made to look like she did it to herself. All right, I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's nice to have some answers. Hi, you guys. Okay, so if y'all have like maybe one question, I don't know if I can get to all of you, but if you guys want to ask me some questions, I'll do some. I'm just going back through your guys' chat to see what you guys said and see if I missed anything. Putri, who are you talking about? Are they going on my birthday? Is your birthday coming up and you're wondering if someone's coming? You don't have to say, you don't have to say any personal details you don't want the internet to know because this is not a one-on-one personal reading, but enough that I know what you're talking about, I guess. So Putri wants to know if someone's coming to their birthday. Thank you, Beba, for subscribing. Welcome. Are you still available for the weekend or Kirsten? That's a crazy name, Kirsten. Are you European? I can't pronounce that name. Kirsten? That's cool. For the weekend with you. Are you asking me a question? Like a tarot question? Show your feet. Hunter, get out of here. You gotta pay people for that kind of stuff. Girl, you so chopped. Okay, guys. Hey Belly, what's up? You out there solving crimes too? Hey, I haven't been here in a while. Hi Nara, what's up? Anyways, okay, so I'll get to your question, Nara. Let me know what it is. I'm gonna answer. Putri wants to know if someone's coming to their birthday. You don't have to tell me who. I'll just. These are gonna be short because they're free. Okay. If you guys want a real reading, I have readings from $15 to $66. Okay. So you want quick answers. My cheapest reading, I think, is $15 for a written question. Someone's coming to your birthday. I think so. Someone wants to make amends with you. Six of Swords. If there's some kind of weird tension. This also could indicate travel. So someone's trying to, they want to, they're going to make an effort. They might even come with an apology or some kind of making an amends, Putri. But it sounds like it. It sounds like they're going to make an effort to come to your birthday or they'll be there. Okay. Hi there, it's going. I don't know what you said. I'm scrolling. I don't know what you said about, I'm just one question, Putri, so I'll move on to someone else. And then you had a question, Nara. What is the future for me in NC? Okay. It's gonna be really general. It's probably gonna be one card, but we'll see. Okay. Kind of want to smudge because the reading and then somebody else's question. Anyway. Okay. Thanks for being here on a Saturday night with me, you guys. I used to be so nervous to go live, and now I just, when I'm too lazy to edit, it's just a nice go-to to get a reading on my page, get a video loaded, basically. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Abundance, wealth. You guys are gonna build together. You might you might start a business together, create a family together. This is like a strong establishment. This is building a future together. I see generations, kids, possibly pets, businesses, money. It looks good to me if you want to be with this person. Could be like a friend. You don't know if it's romantic, but somebody that wants to be in your life long term, wants to build with you, trust you, that kind of thing. And I feel like this is an equal partnership with the Six of Pentacles too. It's a lot of give and take. So you guys will mesh. If you do have some issues in the beginning, I see it like ironing out. You'll find your roles within this relationship to meet each other's needs and that kind of thing. Like you'll fall in sync to like a nice groove is what I'm seeing. It looks good. Okay, you guys, I think that's it. I'm gonna jump back on and do another reading if anyone's up, but I want to look at what other true form was I gonna do tonight. I gotta decide. I might look. I'm not gonna say it. There's a couple other ones I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna jump back on. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Bye.